Okay, so welcome everyone. I'm Pritima Kaushal, Life Member of ISTD. On behalf of ISTD Delhi chapter, I welcome you all to the virtual curtain raiser of a national conclave, which is scheduled for 5th and 6th of September 2020. I would now request our chapter chairperson, Mr. Mukesh Jain, to welcome the guests.
Thank you, Pratima ji. A very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We at ISTD consider enlightening the members and enriching the profession as our key responsibility. Hence, we organize conference, conclaves, learning sessions, etc. from time to time. The proposed national conclave on September 5th and 6th is a step in the direction. This will be on a virtual mode, on a contemporary theme, resilient talent management, which is the key to sustainable excellence of all organizations. We are fortunate to have Shri Ranjan Kumar Mahapatra, IFTDO President and Director HR IOCL as our conclave chairman, and Dr. G.P. Rao, Founder Good People Relation as the conclave director. I welcome both of them. They will share their insights shortly as a part of the curtain raiser. For the benefit of participants, we have kept a learning session on virtual games for talent engagement. Immediately after the curtain raiser of the National Conclave, I welcome the moderator, Ms. Preeti Das, and the speaker, Mr. Ketan Diwan. I also welcome senior members and office bearers of various associations and organizations, especially from ISTD, NHRD, Global Compact, NIPM, DMA, FMA, Rotary International, supporters and sponsors, and other professionals. I heartily welcome you all and thank you very much for joining us. Over to Pratima ji.
आलोक मिस्टर महापात्रा साहब का वो स्लाइड ऑन रख लेना, प्रीतिमा जी इंट्रोड्यूस करें.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jain. I would now request Dr. Ranjan Mahapatra, Director IOCL, and who's also our conclave chairperson, to give his address. Over to Dr. Mahapatra.
Next page, Alok. Yeah, keep it.
So, Mr. Mahapatra is a product of BITS Pilani and XIM Bhubaneswar. He joined Indian Oil Corporation in 1987. He was also one of the main architects of the successful fuel quality upgradation process of oil marketing companies in India in 2010. Headed the operation function of Maharashtra State Office in India, which has the largest number of oil terminals and depots from April 2010 to January 2012. Mr. Mahapatra, prior to taking over the current assignment, was the Managing Director of Indian Oil Mauritius Limited, the wholly owned subsidiary of Indian Oil Corporation. He led a team of young professionals registering sizable growth in market share and profitability, with Indian Oil Mauritius becoming the 9th largest company in Mauritius and 2nd largest oil company. He has widely traveled to Europe, USA, Africa, and Southeast Asia. He has delivered papers at various conferences, and currently he is the president of IFTDO, a distinguished invitee in All India Management Association. He co-chaired the HR committee of FICCI and immediate past chairman of CII Odisha. So I welcome Dr. Ranjan Mahapatra once again, and over to you, sir.
Thank you, Pratima ji. Thank you, Pratima ji. I am venturing out to be a doctor, so I'm still Mr. only. So
Okay.
thank you very much. Yeah, Mr. Mukesh Jain, Chairman of ISTD NR, and Dr. G.P. Rao, the Conclave Director, all other seniors who are present here, all other participants who are here for today's curtain raiser. In fact, we are meeting for this curtain raiser of the conference which ISTD NR has planned, which will be coming up in September, and the theme has been kept very nicely as a resilient talent management. So I'm extremely thankful to Mr. Mukesh Jain and his entire team who have who have put this onus of being the chairman of this conference. So I take it as a compliment. I take it as a responsibility as well. So first of all, let us understand one thing, that we are going through a difficult time. I mean, I think the COVID situation was not expected, not anticipated, but it has caught the entire world unaware, and we are going through that. But as we all say at every forum, I also keep on telling to people that when there are challenges, there are opportunities as well. So let us convert this challenge into an opportunity, and every day, whatever we are learning, whatever it is happening, whatever we are knowing new, let us convert that to action. That let us convert that. Let us remember that, and this learning must also come during the normal time as well. I'm told, as I'm sitting today, as on August 8th in this year, on this particular day in 1989, I think Space Shuttle Columbia took off on a secret 5-day military mission, and Asian was also founded in 1967. I think these were one major objective of peace, and but at the same time, current situation, as we all are looking at it, seems to be a bit scary. Coming back to the conference, recently we had, as IFTDO president, we had an interaction. I had an interaction with Mark Efron. We had a webinar sort of where I was interacting with him. He summed up the key HR challenge today in just half a sentence. He says, take care of your key talent. So talent is now more important, has become most important at this point of time, and the key talents. As a CHRO I call myself as a people's officer for this large organization, Indian Oil, which has got more than 33,000 employees. Not only employees, it has its associated stakeholders as well, which almost goes to more than 3 lakhs, whether we are LPG delivery boys who reach every household, and or our customer attendants at retail outlets, our tank trucks which are running, their people and all. So considering all this, I feel at this juncture that every individual is important. So, and more so at the bottom of the pyramid, who are really our COVID warriors. So this may be true. I mean, I'm seeing in the lens of Indian Oil, my organization, but this must be true for every organization. Wherever you are, it must be true for that organization. So we have to really take care of the talents of those individuals. And how do we take care? How do we become resilient? So at this point, that is what the theme becomes very pertinent and very important, that how do you manage, if the talent has to be resilient, it has to manage these uncertainties, it has to manage this scenario which is happening currently, and it has to manage any such scenario which can develop at any point of time. So at this place, I mean, we know the HR stands, any place, the human resources stand on 3 legs, that is workforce, and workplace. And the COVID experience of this time, this crisis handling, and this emergence of the cross-functional collaboration which is taking place, that has brought this resilient talent to the forefront. So one more point I keep on saying, everybody everywhere, that three things for me which has remained relevant at every point of time. I have 30 plus now years of experiences in public life, in corporate life. I feel very strongly that 3 things, 3 A's, which I call it agility, adaptability, and alignment, they have stood the test of time, and that becomes extremely important for any talent. So, and when we talk of, I mean, if our people are swift in decision making, then these 3 things were very apt in the normal times. They have become more prevalent or more important during this crisis as well. if our people are swift in decision making, if they are devoid of any inertia, if they are ready to take up any assignment, any challenges at any point of time, and if finally all the efforts that they are trying to put, if they're aligned towards the business, then obviously, I mean, talents succeed, and so also the organization. I think I mean, we always feel, I very strongly feel that your talents, whatever you have in an organization, should be such that they can adapt to these three principles or conform to these three principles of 3A's, that is agility, adaptability, and alignment. So I think today, today, what we collectively refer as resilience, which includes, apart from this, a lot of enabling factors as well, and like, let's say, communication or outreach or even risk appetite. I think resilience includes, apart from these three, these also. So obviously, managing the talent, making them more resilient has attained lots of significance, and therefore I must compliment Mr. Mukesh Jain, of course, Conclave Director Dr. GP Rao, the Vice Chairman of ISTD NR, that is Mr. SK Bose, for having really conceptualized this conference, and I'm sure this will definitely address the concern of people at the right moment. I will just tell you a few examples. I think a few things. I mean, I will tell it from my example, our organization example. You have to be ready. You have to be ready at any point of time. A COVID-19 situation may not come every day, or it may come again. You don't know. Or similar situation might come. But what you really create for your organization will take you far. Will stand the test of time. So I'll just give, before I conclude, I'll just try to give that example, that illustration from our organization. A few months back, much before this COVID-19 happened, we thought that to enable our talent in our organization, let us have a e-learning platform. I mean, we called it Swadhyay. We thought that, okay, let us have an e-learning platform in which e-learning modules will be available for people, which they can learn at their leisure. So, and then it was launched in last year, 2019, 1st September. And by the time, I mean, I'm talking about, let's say, 24th of March, when this lockdown was set in, by that time, we had nearly 400 odd modules already launched, but we had only 12,000 odd courses, or which had been completed by our own employees. And can you believe it? I mean, in short time thereafter, when the COVID-19 started, people were stuck at home, and then we insisted, we told people that this is an opportune time that we can take advantage of. Purpose is that everybody anywhere can learn, and also people can know about many parts of the organization, which normal cases they are not able to do. And I mean, I'm so happy that on this day today, when we are talking, our employees have completed at least 600,000 courses have been completed, and it's a phenomenal achievement at any standard, and it is going on. I mean, and that's also shows that your resilient talent management preparation makes a very important feature, becomes an important feature in any crisis period or any critical period or anything that happens to your organization. So I think I don't want to take it further. I think I'm sure this, I mean, today is the curtain raiser. I'm just giving a glimpse of what exactly are we going for. We have to, I mean, again, this COVID-19 situation has taught us that although it is a challenge, again, it can be converted into an opportunity. Our reach can have more, I mean, we can have more reach. Today, through this virtual medium, we are able to reach to more people. I mean, probably if we would have had a physical conference, we could have met, say, 100, 200, 300 after so much of effort. But through a virtual medium, we are able to reach much more. And this has become, I mean, this has become a way of life. And that's why, again, I mean, I'm very happy that Mr. Jain and his team has decided to go for a virtual conference, and that's the go of the day. I think this is the best way to reach to more people, send your message forward, and get it and give it to them at their comfort. I mean, that's something I think most important at this point of time. So I'm sure that as we go on, more options will unfold as we go on. We have I think Mr. Jain again and Dr. Rao and his team, they have lined up a good number of speakers for this conference. They will be giving variety of their ideas for this resilient talent management. I'm sure things which will emerge will bring a different perspective to the conclave. I mean, during the conclave itself, and the ideas and the outcomes of these discussions will definitely pave a new way for many of the organizations as well, and many of the participants. I wish ISTD a grand success, and I'm looking forward to some sustainable outcomes that can help I mean, the organizations, the participants in reshaping their resilient talent strategies, so that, again, as far as individuals we are concerned, we are talking about our organizations, but as far as organizations collectively are concerned, we are talking about the nation. We must finally contribute to building the nation. We must finally contribute to bringing back the economy and the workforce to its original glory. So I wish ISTD all the best, ISTD in our chapter all the best, and for the conference, I'm sure it will be a great success. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much, Dr. Mahapatra, for your wonderful address. Thanks once again. So now I request Dr. G.P. Rao, our conclave director, to share with us the details of the conclave.
Esteemed Mr. Mahapatra, our conference chairman, and Mr. Mukesh Jain, the chairman of ISTD Delhi chapter, seniors, supporters and friends. In fact, Mr. Mahapatra's address we have recorded. It is actually providing a vision to the body through this national conclave. He touched upon contribution to nation building, touched upon reviving the economy, touched upon talent contributing in organizations. So it's not the conclave for the sake of conclave. It is the results, the outcome of the conclave should result into excellence of individuals, excellence of organizations, and thereby contributing to the nation as a whole. So wonderful address. So we will keep that in mind. We will, in fact, fine-tune some of our sub-themes so that his thoughts, his direction will get actualized through some actionable decisions in the conclave by the participants. So I would, with his permission and Mr. Mukesh Jain's permission, I would like to share the details of the conclave. So we have a event manager. They have prepared a small video. I'll start with the video, then I will detail the other ones. Mr. Alok, yeah, can you help me with the video first? I would request the participants to increase their volume on their laptops because this was just done in last minute. So please increase the volume in your laptops and your phones. Thank you. Thank you for watching. It was just done today only. So what I would like to, I will build on that instead of making a presentation. So I would like to share a few highlights. Then you can ask questions to the chat box. We want that, we need your support, we want your involvement, we want your contribution. So we have got 1 month to go. If there are some concrete suggestions, we can make it. Now the first thing is professional bodies in HR, that is National HR Network, ISTD, NIPM. The first time at a national level, we're doing a virtual conference of this scale. The private bodies have done, private organizations have done. As a professional body, first time at a national level, we are venturing into an online version of a conclave. The second one will be, we have recognized the audience tenacity to sit in a session. So we have put session duration for 60 minutes. So there will be 4 technical sessions. You will see in the video, you must have observed, there are 4 tracks. That will be to drive the direction of our conclave chairman. The tracks are, first is the workforce management. The organizations would need talent. Some talent is missing, somewhere talent is surplus, some talent is in regular, we don't require full, some talent is temporary, but we want full. So it's around the people, the workforce management, that will be first thing, in the resilient manner, using gig, using interim management, using outsourcing, so different formats, so that people will be productive and the manpower plans will be very sustainable with larger productivity. That will be the track 1. Then the track 2 will be the workplace management. Now workplace, one youngster has recently bifurcated the workplace component to 16. He says workplace can be factory, it can be office, it can be warehouse, it can be a coffee shop, it can be a home, it can be client's place, like this he did that. So now workplace management has become a challenge now. To be resilient in workplace management means how do we integrate people scattered? But they are officially scattered. I mean, in a planned way, they are scattered. Then how do you engage them? How do we supervise them? How do we help them in managing their performance? How do the performance management system is done? How do you get the team working, team help that is required? The whole track will be around the workplace management. Then we will move on. Ms. Mahapatra had hinted that digitization will be key. So a lot of technology will have to come into HR, and the best place is talent management. So if the technology comes in, so number 1 will be, this will be speedier. The second will be comprehensive. The third will be integration with other functions will be easier. And then creation will be easy. Adaptability will be easy. So technology in talent management will be the third track. And the last track will be the future of talent management, a resilient talent future. And this session, you have observed the speakers we are choosing are young CHROs in the private sector and the public sector. Young doesn't mean that I'm saying not talking 20, 25 years. Somebody has spent 20 years and so they have got 15, 20 years of personal vision. Their organization, they will be in the organizations, in that organization, other organization for some. So with them, this 4th track, that is the future of talent management, will happen. And in the inaugural session, we have requested the CMD BHEL, we are awaiting his confirmation. And in the valediction, we have requested Mr. Shiv Kumar, the President Strategy and the Business of Aditya Birla Group. We are just awaiting confirmation. We have got initial talk. That will be the inaugural and the valediction. These are the 4 tracks of speaker. Now, next part is the participant engagement. We have hired a digital event manager. So the starting from the delegate connect till they sit and go, it will be all digital. So they will be sent the link for getting into the registration, the conference. They will enter into the conference in digital manner. and the reception or the help desk will direct them to the conference. If the conference has not yet started, they will go to the exhibition area or they will go to the cafeteria area. So it's not CAF, but that's all, it's a virtual manner. So this will be done. And in the conference itself, the speakers will be introduced in a digital form. There will be a lot of digital mode of transactions or the conversation with the audience, maybe the chat box, maybe the poll, maybe the Q&A. And then during the breaks, there will be breakout rooms, and some of the participants from first come first basis, they can go and have a discussion with the speakers. Maybe 10 participants will go. They'll go to the breakout room and all. Similarly, there will be an option for a participant to give his feedback on a video bite of 5 seconds or 10 seconds. So this is how the engagement with the participants will happen, and every session will be recorded. We have a team, we have already got a souvenir ready, but then the same team with some other members, we will come out with the conference proceedings, not only what the speakers have stated, what happened in the question answer session, what happened in the video bites the participant have said, and what they have written and the takeaways. The entire thing will be put into a conference proceeding. So that will be the later part. So it will be digital format, virtual format, but then we are planning that with your support, we'll have 300 people and 4 sessions. In each session will be 3 speakers beside the inaugural and the valedictory. We have space for the sponsors. We have seen the list of sponsors like IOC, ONGC, BeamTech and other companies. So there will be space for the sponsorship branding. There will be their video presentations, and they will be given stalls, the visual stalls, and you can go to the stall and then get details about them, leave your business card, and then you can chat with their member. Everything is possible. Then we'll also have exhibitions where tech vendors, HR tech vendors, or education institutions, or any other vendors related to the talent management, they can set up their exhibition, and our talent event management company will work with you. Then you can showcase your product and service. And though it is virtual, a participant can go there and go through your services and your products and can really get into a conversation then and later. So this is how it will be done. So thank you so much for all your support. And this will be a wonderful conference. Please block your date, September 5th and 6th. It will be in the afternoon, 2:30 to 6:30. Every day there will be 2 breaks in between. There will be music, there will be conversation, there will be engagement. Those breaks will be there. So we want more people to come. Please spread a word. Please talk in your organizations. We want more delegates to come, more participants to come. And sponsorship and exhibition, of course, it is based on your need and some kind of support to the ISTD and all. Thank you very much for a patient listening. So now we will go through the chat box. If there are any questions, I'll take the help of Mr. Mahapatra, Mr. Mukesh Jain, and other team members. We've got an organizing team for technology, speakers, we have for publications, we have engagement, we have got people. They're all here. So we'll be happy to answer if there are any questions. You can unmute yourself and I'll also ask a question, because with your support only the conference can be made more interesting. Thank you. Anyone can, yes, Anil Goswami, you want to ask a question? Unmute and ask. Anil Goswami, sir, unmute.
Yeah, please, can I come?
Yes.
Yeah. So, I am really very enthusiastic and really happy to learn this virtual conference is going on. So God bless everybody. So this is, in this era, everybody wants to be visible. Everybody wants to be engaged with the audience. So we have to be with great passion, with great hunger and great discipline.
Thank you.
And our communication is not the old way, whatever it has happened. It is totally a different, not even post-COVID, but in future, everything is going to change and people have changed also.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Like breakout rooms, all meetings are going to be held, and whenever there is some conflict, we go to breakout room and do it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Professor Ram Sudhir. Mr. N. Gupta, I think he wanted to ask something. Mr. Gupta? NK Gupta? No. Okay. Anyone else has got any suggestion or any question? Any of our participants? Yeah. Yes, sir.
GP Rao sir, I have just one question.
Yes, Yashwant Chauhan from
Yeah,
GAIL.
good evening, everyone, sir. The virtual conclave, first of all, many congratulations for coming up with a great team. I was just wondering, are we using any application, through which we are going to have a, serious engagement between the participants?
Yes,
Because
yes.
there are many organizations, like VOVA app is there, which manages the, virtual conference.
Okay. So
in a
you
very
send,
multi-factorial way.
you send us those details, huh? Okay.
Sure,
Please
no
plan.
problem.
So we'll talk to the event manager. Good suggestion. We'll talk to the event manager. We have
Right.
a
Thank
digital event manager, so we'll talk to them.
Absolutely. Thank you, sir.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. Anyone else has a suggestion or a question on the conclave? Please. Rajesh Khurana have attended a few webinars on connected had been a major issue. Yeah, Rajesh Khurana ji has given a suggestion that ये सभी आप conclaves digital कर लेते हैं and strong internet नहीं होता है, speaker बात कर रहे रुक जाता है. So please take care of this. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yes. In fact, so he said in an online format, internet is very important. The connectivity is important. We'll have backups and all. We are told the event manager that there has to be backup on electricity, backup on internet. Any other suggestion or a question? Yeah, Anil Goswami said for members it is should be 500 rupees. Okay, we will discuss in the committee this suggestion. We have announced that 1,000 rupees because a similar conference when we are doing in physical format, it was 6,000 rupees. But anyway, since we don't have hotel expenses and all, so we will definitely, it's demanding number. Thank you. Any other suggestion? Yes, sir.
A question, Professor Banwit.
Yes, sir. Professor Banwit, please, sir.
Yeah, I was, congratulations for the lovely presentation and the setup. I was interested to know whether at the end of the day, there would be some type of a proceedings
Yes.
or a takeaway type of thing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Which would be
Yes, sir.
very
There will be. Sir, there will be two types. One is a commemorative souvenir will be there issued, that will be online. The other will be the conclave proceedings in an online form. Sir, we have a knowledge partner. We are working with them. So it's a very good thought, good suggestion, sir. We'll implement, sir.
And one more suggestion,
Sir.
I think a lot of the local management B schools, if it is given more publicity, like knowledge partner, you have got BIMTech. Maybe there are others also,
Yeah.
which will be of great use for their participation.
Sure, sir. We'll talk to Pritimaji. We'll also take your guidance. We'll reach out to B schools and we want their involvement. We'll do that, sir. Then Anu, we should have simulation learning for engaging audience. We give this suggestion to the event manager. We'll share that definitely. We are recording this chat box. We'll definitely share your suggestion.
Really?
Yeah. Anyone else? Naveen Kumar has switched on. You want to say something, Naveen Kumarji? You have switched on. No. Anyone else? Mr. Okay. So with that, I hand over the stage to Mr.
GP.
Yes.
This is Ashok Bhatt here.
Yes. Oh, but sir. Oh, Akbar likha tha main dar gaya actually.
Actually, I posted a question in the chat box.
Oh, sorry, you missed,
So
sir.
I was hoping that you will also answer that question, but you didn't read it out.
Oh.
Maybe there are too many questions in the chat box.
No. Aap question
And-
pucho na. Please. But
You
sir,
know,
pucho.
I had made an observation. Maybe you can think about it. And my observation is, making session themes. I call them smart and conceptually relevant.
Mhm.
And I have made an observation on this term called resilience.
Mhm.
You don't really have to call it resilient talent, because the idea of resilience is actually built into the construct of talent. So what is, these terms become extremely difficult to explain to an audience.
Okay.
When you use terms which tend to confuse, rather than suggest a certain degree of conceptual integrity in the theme.
Okay.
So my point is, the idea of resilience is actually built into the contemporary definition of talent.
Okay.
And
We'll discuss
you
with
should-
you, sir, offline,
see,
but sir.
a
We'll
theme doesn't become uplifting just because you have added on a few words here and
Okay,
there.
okay. So,
Just try and keep it simple.
sure, we'll discuss. I only one clarification. This is not resilient talent. This is resilient management. So that's a small clarification. It's resilient talent management, not resilient
Yes.
talent.
Resilient talent
we will discuss with you. We'll discuss with you because it's a good point you have made, and we'll definitely our program committee will discuss with you further and take your ideas to make it more clear.
Okay.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, sir. With that, I'll request Pritima ji
Yeah.
to come.
Yeah. So thank you very much, Dr. Rao,
Thank you so much,
for
sir.
sharing with us all the details. And now I would request Mr. S.K. Bose, Executive Director, Indian Oil Corporation, and who's also our Vice Chairman, Delhi Chapter, to give his vote of thanks.
Yeah, I think I'm audible.
Yes.
Yes, you are. You're audible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Very good evening to all of you. Respected Mr. Ranjan Kumar Mahapatra. Am I audible? Just.
Yes, sir.
Sir, go ahead.
Yes, sir. Yes, you are
You
audible.
are audible.
Respected Mr. Ranjan Kumar Mahapatra, President IPTIDO and Director HR of Indian Oil. Mr. Dr. G.P. Rao, the Conclave Chairman, Conclave Director. Mr. Ketan Dewan, co-founder and CEO of Tenocity, I think he has joined. And Mr. Mukesh Jain, Chairman ISTD. Ms. Preeti Das, the moderator for the today's session. First of all, I congratulate Mr. Mukesh Jain and his team for conceptualizing this this ISTD National Conclave, which will be conducted on 5th and 6th September. And it is the topic, of course, Mr. Bhatt has raised a pertinent question about the title of the subject. We'll definitely, as a committee, will take it forward and discuss with Mr. Bhatt offline and find out a new, if required, with the permission of the chair and with the permission of the conference chairman, we will discuss out whether we can go for a new name or at all. My sincere thanks to conference chairman, Mr. Mahapatra, for taking out time and guiding us today and in the past also for this conference. And I am sure that this conference will be a great success. And as we know, Mr. Mukesh Jain has already tied up a consultant for organizing this conference virtually in a professional way. It is going to be one of kind, and just like a replication of the exact conference when we do in a hotel or in a conference, in a seminar, in a big seminar. So there will be breakout session as he has told, and there will be a lot of interaction happening, and it will be, though we will not be meeting each other, but it will be as good as meeting. He will make it sure that we will meet each other and have a different conversation in small groups. It is going to be very interesting because this is going to be the new normal, and we have been doing it for last 4 months. We are meeting without physically meeting, but we are conducting so many meetings. So, of course, as our director, HR and IPTIDO president has pointed out, that this is going to be the new normal. In the he made a very interesting point that whatever knowledge we are sharing during this conversation or any webinar all lead to one point, that is rebuilding our nation and bringing back our economy to the track. That is the main motto. So irrespective of lot of conference and seminars taking place in the different webinar in different form, the goal is one. So similarly, the ISTD National Conclave, which is slated in September, the goal is same. Whatever name you do, but objective is same. The national importance is connected to this, rebuilding the nation. So thank you very much to our president Ikido and conference chairman. And thanks to all the team members of ISTD, and thanks to all the senior members and past president of ISTD and all the guests and all the participants. Thank you very much.
Ritimaji?
Ritimaji, over to you.
Okay. I think
it's all yours.
Okay, I think probably it's a transition. We have, with that, we have concluded the conference conclave curtain raiser, and then switching over to the learning session. So to do the learning session on virtual games for talent enablement, we have got a speaker in the name Ketan Diwan, and then the moderator Preeti Das. Alok, do we have their introduction so that I will use those? Mr. Alok? Yeah. Yeah, Ketan Diwan, the co-founder and CEO of Talocity. He's a CAS MBA alumni, London, a serial entrepreneur, not serial killer, serial entrepreneur in the HR domain for over 15 years with one exit. Represents Talocity Touchless hiring. That hiring, you'll see capital R, creating an experience of view and hire rather than interview and hire. Spends a lot of time in reflecting his motives behind his actions so as to keep them as pure as possible. He also looks very pure. He's writing a book extract of which are on his YouTube channel, Candid with Ketan. I'll say Ketan. He's into hardcore fitness. So the fitness I will explain. He has recently won the Delhi Gymkhana Club Mr. Fit competition couple of times in the last 3 years, beating the DCP crime branch and an NSG commando to second and third person. He's a fit entrepreneur. So he will be the speaker. Welcome, Ketan. So thank you. Now I'll also want to introduce the moderator today. Moderator is Preeti Das. She's again a very successful CEO in the corporate, now is an entrepreneur. She has founded this company called Ignin Technologies. She has a long career of 33 years, rich experience with multiple organizations globally. She has represented a roster of corporate giants, including Oracle, ICS Lombard, and Microsoft. She's held CEO, board level positions at Birla's, Soft, Castech. Her last assignment as CEO of DigiSpice involved technology solutions to including populations. Her approach to management is notable for transformational expansion, redesigning talent programs. She's a recipient of the 2014 Global CEO Award and a Global Women Entrepreneur Award in 2010. She has separated companies beyond their traditional strengths and enabled them to play a vital role in collaborating with global business to transform, innovate. So these Preeti Das will be the moderator for this session. Ketan will be the speaker. So I think they have a plan for us for the next 55 minutes. I think over to Preeti.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Rao. It was a pretty elaborate introduction. I thought you'll just pick up a couple of pieces from what I had sent to you. But thank you very much. And my hello to everybody on the call. As Mr. Rao has already introduced, Ketan is someone I've known for many years, and he surprises me every time I talk to him. So I think today also will be a day full of surprises. For the next 1 hour, we really plan to make it extremely interactive and fun. You know, the name of the session itself is virtual gaming. So let's go with that and see where Ketan takes us. I think he's a magician today and maybe a sorcerer of sorts. So thank you very much, and over to you, Ketan.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Preeti. Thank you, GP. Really appreciate. And thank you everyone for being here. Is my screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. So I'll just make it full screen. Yeah. Perfect.
Disturbance in the mic. Is it the same for you all also? It seems fine now.
Yeah. So we have a poll on this as well. We will run it when we run it. So which is the most famous thing that we're asking everyone: is my screen visible? Am I audible? So I'm asking those two famous questions in the last 5 months. Perfect. So thank you. So today's theme, as we know, is talent engagement and virtual gaming. So we deep dived into it, me and my colleagues, and we came up with these 4 words which were very critical. And we went one step ahead on engagement, which was on alignment. So I'm going to spend about 8 to 10 minutes on running this, and then we'll have a bunch of questions and activities as part of this whole exercise, so that we keep you not only entertained but infotained. So this is a happiness mirror, a Telocity product, mirror on the screen. So if you take a screenshot of this or just make a note of face.telocity.ai, you could come in front of the machine. The machine will track 68 data points on your face, and it will mark your emotion, happy, angry, sad, disgust, whatever the emotion will be. It will mark that emotion. It will predict your age, gender. It will track your eyeball coordinate, your face confidence, your emotion confidence, and overall. So mirror on the screen could be available to all your people all the time. And an outcome of this analytics could be available to you for people to be happy. Then which top personality is like you? So if you check this link, twitter.telocity.ai, you could take a screenshot and you could go and check which top global personality is like you. So when I did it for myself, what came out was that my personality is 80% similar to Satya Nadella, and you could get it for yours as well. So it's like a fun activity, plus it gives you deep insights about your personality, your needs, and your values. Going further, just a quick, a story and a situation that I'd like to put all of you into. The story goes like, have you heard this train accident story? How many of you heard? If you can do a show of hands or a thumbs up. Okay. So the train accident is a story about, imagine you're a train driver and you're coming full speed on a train track. Now, the track on which you're coming, there are 5 or 6 kids which are playing there. And there is a board on that track which reads, "This is a live track, do not play here, dangerous, whatnot." But the kids still read that board and still continue to play on that track. Then there is a dead track next to the live track, which is, there is a board written there, this is safe, and there is one child playing there. You have a train which has got 5,000 people on board, and the train is coming at full speed. Now, what are you going to do? You are the train driver. What are you going to do in this situation? The options for you are, you could go straight and kill 5 people. Second option for you is, you could kill that one innocent boy by changing the track and going on the dead track. Third, you could brake and derail the train. So, quick, what are you going to do? 1, 2, or 3? We can get those opinions in the chat message. 1, 2, or 3. And if someone wants to speak up, why? Happy to hear that as well. So, okay, someone's going with 3. Go on the straight track. You cannot change track. Drive on safe track. Okay. So there is no right or wrong answer. So the people who are saying we will go straight on the track and kill 5 or 6 people, let me put a caveat to that. Okay, let me get more responses. Okay, go on the straight track. The caveat is, if in those 5 or 6 people, one of the child is your son, your grandson, your family member, would you still do the same? I'll leave that thought to ponder upon, and I'll move further. So this is exactly what we are doing all the time. Life is in a maze, and we have to make decisions in that maze. Now, while we make those decisions in a maze, we have to make sure that engagement and alignment is not just an activity. It is an ongoing fabric on which it is built. So what's the fabric all about? It is about values, mission, vision, and purpose, where we have to define each one of them and display them everywhere, which is the first step. So values, what are the values right now? What is the mission today? What is the vision one day? And what is the purpose forever? So like we just heard the co-chair speak about the purpose, why we are doing all this, so that India can be out of this unemployment, low productivity, economic challenge that we are in. So we are all aligned on that purpose. That's how we are together. The second step is communicate. So there is nothing called over communication in a relationship. So communicate, communicate, communicate. And what normally happens is good news travels very fast, but bad news goes through multiple filters, and then the delay of communication happens, and then the fabric starts breaking. The third big problem is walk the talk. We've heard walk the talk. And it's also a chapter in my book. But walk the talk is the biggest problem because people don't walk the talk. So, you know, I've made it simpler. I said walk the talk, and it doesn't matter what you talk, just walk it. So either you bring your level of talking down or you bring your level of walking up. That's it. I'm not telling become ideal people. It's like who you are, doesn't matter. But then talk the same who you are. Don't talk an ideal self and behave in a different way. So what are the benefits of doing all this? There is emotional commitment you get from your teams. You are able to see people work even when no one is watching. You are able to attract and retain top talent. So very proud. We have dedicated 2 Saturdays in our organization, one for Chintan Day, one for Gurukul Day. Chintan Day, there is a talk about real life situations. It could be like comparison is the biggest disease of an adult. It could be like, how food, sex, money, fame, power play a big role in our life, and how the motive behind the action is important, not just the action. So the emotional commitment comes in terms of discussing general day-to-day stuff. Very proud to say, not only to Law-Citians, their families also participate in these sessions, even in a breakout zone when we used to be in physical offices and now virtually. Then it helps to kind of attract and retain top talent, and this results in multiplied productivity for the organization. So one observation you must have seen, why are school friends our best friends? School friends are our best friends because we've done some activity together with them which has been fun, or we have solved some challenge with them which has been life-changing. So if we have done some activity, fun activity or challenged situation handled with lots of people or with some people, our relationship with them increases by 60 to 75%. And that's how the activities help with the fabric. So this is a daily pulse product. So this is what is used by a lot of our clients, where they do a daily pulse every morning. A daily pulse comes in. It's fun, it's witty. Did you exercise today? Be honest. Who are you? With video on, are you having coffee? And with video off, are you having beer? So I'll stop here for a moment and just put the first poll so that we are able to have all of you participate in the first poll. I'm launching the first poll. Is the poll live? Yeah, yes, please.
It is live. It is live.
Perfect. So can you all reply to this? Did you exercise today? And be honest. "46 out of 74 done." Come on, others. This is not a tough question. So questions like these can pop up to your employees on a daily basis, which is the daily pulse, where you connect with your employee on a daily basis and you get the whole analytics available to you. in terms of the replies to draft out what changes you want to do on the fabric. I will close the poll in another 10 seconds. We still have 21 people to go. I don't think they liked the question. Okay, we will have another question for them. I will end this poll. And I'm going to share results. So 53% say yes, we exercised. 47% said no, we didn't. Okay, I will stop sharing this and I will ask the next question. And this is a much easier and more fun one. Which one of these are you speaking the most during lockdown? Am I audible? Can you see my screen? Sorry, my video is mute because my internet is weak. Or please don't make noise. I'm in a meeting. You know, this is the fourth one we are telling to our family members. I think more than exercise, this one is faster, GP, Preeti. Run rate of this poll is much faster. Okay. I think we still have those 52, 53, 54. I'm going to close the poll in another 10 seconds. This crosses the 53 mark.
Good.
Any more coming in? We have 20 of you there who haven't polled. Going, gone. Okay, I will just publish the results. So if you see, I am audible is 46%. Can you see my screen? 18%. Sorry, my video is mute, 13%. And please don't make noise, I'm in a meeting, 23%. Perfect. So going to the next question on the polling. And this is a little bit of a personal one, but I will still open it up. Are you drinking, smoking between meetings with video mute? Be honest. Yes, no, sometimes. $53 already done. GP and Preeti, 53 done. Fastest run rate.
It's the same. 56 out of 76 is what.
Yeah, it's a good.
Yeah. Some 20 people in each session are not responding.
Actually, it's a very straight question. No? Jaldi ja answer. Sochna nahi.
Okay. So I will end the poll. No, there are more coming in. Okay, two more came in. Very good. Okay, I will end the poll in the next 10 seconds. Any more coming in? Going, gone. Perfect. I will share results. So a whooping 46% said no. Sorry, 79% said no. And 19% said yes. 2% said yes, 19% said sometimes. So like this is such a fun activity. Same ways you could have this fun activity in a non-synchronous manner, which means in a non-live environment with your team on an ongoing basis. And you decide the questions that you want to ask. It's like a daily pulse check that people can reply, and it's not mandatory for them to do so, like some of our 20 friends who haven't. So then there is a weekly pulse. The weekly pulse is, it could be questions around fun activities or engagement activities, whatever you may like. So I'm going to play this video. This is a very fun video on what is the gossip, office gossip this week, and what is the source. So the left is the video, and the right is how you as a HR person will be able to see responses of those videos, questions, and the videos that will play. So I'm just going to play the video. Is my screen still on display?
Yes, it is.
Sorry, I will go back. Yeah, so I'm going to put this. Is the video visible?
Yeah, gossip. I have.
It is. It is visible.
Oh, that's stupid. It's Shalini. I think she's dating that handsome.
So let me start from the top.
Yeah, gossip. I have spices of life for this. You know that stupid. It's Shalini. I think she's dating that handsome hung Shaurya. Like, you remember Shaurya? Like, he's so handsome. I know this because like last week on Wednesday we were having a video call. And then like Shalini forgot to unmute her video. Then I saw a glimpse of Shaurya. You know, I can't miss the glimpse of Shaurya. Then I was so shocked, like why is he at her home and all that. Then it got confirmed to me that they were dating. And I thought, like, what type of taste does Shaurya have? Has like, oh, Shalini, she's like, follow the rules. Once I was late for about 1 hour, and then she told me, you're not following the rules of offices and you should follow the rules. And now she is dating someone with whom she is working with, and our office has been.
So that's the gossip meter, which could be a weekly pulse that you could run, and the key answers, replies, whatever you could run, gossip chats, you could do whatever questions you could ask on a weekly basis. You could ask questions like, okay, what was the most boring thing of the week that went by? What was the best thing of the week that went by? This could land up on a Friday morning for all the employees. I'm going to skip this. So last few minutes. So random and inconsistent activities will not give anything without the fabric, as we spoke. And the unit of everything is people. Thank you so much for having me here and allowing me to share my thoughts.
Ethan, a great job. Very well. But I have a few questions for you. But before I get into questions, I'd like to make a point. If you talked about the train accident, something very interesting is happening in the world, and that's just a bite for everyone.
Do you want the screen to be here, Preeti?
Yeah, I do want it there, because he can put it on that page, which I'm referring to.
Okay.
So the train page, Ketan.
Yeah, just give me a moment. I will put it back on screen.
Sure. So I'll continue with my point.
Yeah.
The point I was making was, you're hearing a lot about driverless cars, driverless vehicles, and exactly this kind of stuff is now being put into AI solutions. So when a machine is going to make a decision about which way to go, and it's very interesting, there are societies, and especially based out of Luxembourg, there is a society that's working on this, and I was a part of it for some time. And what they have been talking about is, if you take the same question to different countries and to different cultures, the answers are different.
Yeah.
If you take age groups, it is different. The questions that are being asked is, there are old people and there are youngsters. What does it do? And so on and so forth. So I will not delve too much into it, but ethical AI is becoming, ethical artificial intelligence is becoming a very important part. And there are no right or wrong answers. It's literally based on the culture and the demographics of that country. And so there are big societies that are coming together to take a call on if driverless is happening, then how do we make that work in an ethical fashion? So this was just a point that it was very interesting question that you raised. There is one question, on the communications page, Ketan, if you could take us all to that. Yeah. Having been a CEO for multiple years, I have found even my tendency, and we have to correct that, is to share a lot of good news. We say, oh, we've done very well in financials and, we did these few events and people were very happy and all of that. But I think we shy away from talking about the bad news or the bad lead indicators that we are watching. What is your suggestion and the suggestion of anyone over here on how does one share bad news in a very nice manner so that the organization takes it well and takes it in the stride and does correction to that, as opposed to saying, oh my God, now we are lost, now our company will not do well, our competitors will take over. So how do we change their thinking to acceptance of bad news as well as they accept the good news?
See, absolutely. So first of all, I think, and I'm no expert, but this is something which I built about 8 years back as a thought process in the individual I wanted Ketan to be. So first rule was that I should not have any regret 1 minute before I die. Now, the reason why I will not have any regret is if I am who I am, I will not have any regret. If I did what I wanted to do, I will not have any regret. Now, having said that, if there is a good news, what happens? Say, suppose you're praising me for something good. It is an effort initially to disassociate yourself from your body. You say, no, it's not happening to me, it's happening to Ketan. If there's a bad news, again, it's about disassociating from Ketan. Why? Because when you disassociate, you don't feel too proud of yourself of the good news, and you don't feel too bad about yourself with the bad news. It's not arrogance. It's about just disassociating yourself. And then if the life is happening like this, it's happening like this. Then it's about sharing with everyone. We all have these secret fears which sit in our chest. And to be honest, those secret fears are, I would say, baseless. So when a 70-year-old me will speak to a 40-year-old me, then the 70-year-old me will be proud of the fact that, we lived like this. So I think personally, I work for that 70-year-old me to speak back to. And to be honest, if you see, 3 years, 5 years, 3 months, 5 months, 3 days, 5 days later, anyways, people are going to get to know. So it's about sharing the problem with everybody, and you don't know the power of that collective intelligence that comes in. That collective power is huge. So my funda in life is there is nothing called over communication in a relationship. Talk, 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 share as much, clarify as much, because we all have the circus of our brain. The more we talk, we will be able to lessen that circus. Sorry for a combination of a philosophical and a logical answer. That's how my life evolves.
I want all these, answers, and this is very good, Ketan, what you're talking about. I'd like everybody who's listening in to make a point of this, because we'll be done within the next 10 minutes or so with a question answer that, I'll be asking Ketan. And then anybody who has more points to put on these, please feel free to talk through that. So, and you can ask.
And Preeti, if I may say so, today we will limit the questions to talent engagement, limit the questions to virtual games from the audience also. I mean, see, if people ask questions now on a gig, no, we are not taking. We are taking talent engagement. We'll take only virtual games. Okay, thank you.
Absolutely. So this last question was also related to talent engagement, because if the talent doesn't trust you, as an organizational head, then their tendency to start looking out and saying, they only give us the good news. Oh, of course, we are not stupid. We are watching the shares. We are watching, the results of the organization, and we know what's going on. So we'd rather hear it straight from the horse's mouth. That's what they expect. But it's the communication from the powers that be that suffers. So this leads me to the next question. I think everybody has a purpose in life, and this is related to that circular value slide, which I can see on the side. I think it's slide number 5, if I'm not mistaken, Ketan. So the question that comes to my mind is, it's such a complex. Yeah. So the question that comes as far as the talent is concerned, almost, they say that best talent engagement happens when the purpose of an individual who joins an organization or is with an organization is served if it, that purpose is complied with, within the organization. Now, there are so many individuals, let's say an organization which has 10,000 people or 5,000 people, even a fewer, the point is there would be so many different purposes. And then you have one single organization. How does this complex algorithm work, and how do we use maybe some gaming methodology for them to connect with each other to find a purpose that can serve the organization as well as backward, the organization can take care of them? And does that result into some kind of a career direction eventually? Because that's what is very critical as an outcome of the purpose inclusion.
No, absolutely. So, at a human level, if you're doing it for 5-10 people, it's doable, possible. You have so much of time available. But imagine you have 5,500 employees. How do you do it for that, for so many number of employees? So we have a product where, which is a people intervention product based on psycholinguistics, where you upload a video of all your 5,000 employees. You get a 48 attribute personality report of all the 5,000 people. Now you are able to define, okay, these are my values. My value is integrity. My value is customer centricity. Now the sub break of these values in terms of, say, integrity means, 3 out of those 48 attributes. You mix and match those, and you are able to get people who are high, low, medium on, say, integrity, basis their dominant traits or basis their attributes. Once you're able to do that, then you are able to align people on, say, suppose someone's a borderline or a near a value match. Those people, conversations can help. At least you would know who to converse with. Otherwise, it's like random activities that you end up doing without knowing a direction, because there isn't data available. And the data that we present to you is unstructured data. It is not structured data. So data, just to share, there are 2 types of data. One is structured data, which is text form. Unstructured data is eyeball movement, choice of word, tone, facial emotion. All this is unstructured data. So like you and I are talking, you're forming an opinion about me, I'm forming one about you. How is that translated through a system to generate a report? And that's a hugely handy tool for all HR leaders, for all leaders in all people decision-making roles. As we said, people is the unit of everything. So I hope that answers the question.
That's great, Ketan. I had one last, point to make. And as you and I were discussing, one point that we brought up was people are the unit of anything. And, this is something that even I learned during my, days as a CEO, and I'm seeing things like, the server did not work, or there was a ticket raised with a customer at a very tough time, when you are supposed to have 24/7 systems available in a very important customer organization like a bank. You cannot allow it to fail, and yet it failed. And so we would be talking about where did we go wrong. So when you do, an RCA of the problem, you find that the root cause analysis leads to, the machine didn't work or it had some problem. But at the end of the story, it was always about something to do with a person, with a resource. Either the person was not skilled, number one. Number two, either the person was not engaged and so was very careless about the work that he or she was doing, or the person is generally a happy-go-lucky person, and maybe very engaged, loves the organization, but doesn't take the job too seriously. So finally, at the end of the day, it was all about a person. And so does one track this from a talent engagement perspective to gain excellence? One of the points that you said, maximum productivity, etc., but it's also maximum quality.
Yeah.
How do you of that, you know, through your solutions or through technology?
No, absolutely. So let me just display a slide. It was not part of my deck, but let me just display a slide. So this is what a 2-minute video can do for you. It gives you the primary traits, the top facets, the bottom facets, the dominant personality in an individual. And we all have so many biases around people. You know, even if someone comes and says something about someone who I think positively about, 3-4 times if I get negative reviews or views, my opinion starts changing. We are structured like that, unfortunately. But here at a people level, I get this attribute. Then I'm able to match this to the right profile for success or the right value match of the organization or the competency framework. Then I'm able to make decisions which is very unbiased. Now, from an engagement standpoint, imagine I am collecting input from people in the weekly pulse on every Friday. Now, it's an option that you have, that not only are you collecting the input for a weekly pulse in terms of, okay, how was your week last, the week that went by, or what was the best thing about the week, or what was the worst thing about the week, or what did you cook in dinner in this week, which was your favorite? Doesn't matter. Whatever conversations you did in that weekly pulse, those inputs over say a 2-3 weekly pulse, let's assume in 2-3 weekly pulse, we collect 2-3 minutes of data, 2-3 minutes of video. That goes through the analysis. So not only the fun part, but you also get an engagement in terms of where the individual has a challenge or a limitation. So it's something like, you know, if there is fire, the fire alarm is going to ring only where there is fire or there is a problem. So you're able to target and reach out where the problem is, rather than trying to douse fire with with a hose pipe all over throwing water. So that's how the targeted approach can happen with this product. Hope that answers the question. I'll stop this share.
So Ketan, I am done with my questions. Why don't we leave the house open to people asking questions?
Absolutely.
Thank you, Ketan. Thank you, Preeti, for setting that context and also sharing some links which we can use. I've seen that some links have been put in the chat box also. So now audience can ask their questions in the chat box now. If some of them have used those links, they can share the experience. I think they have shared some links for that glass and something, or members can ask some questions in the chat box, so which Preeti will moderate and ask you. So please, when you write your question, write Q and put your question.
Yeah.
And then say everyone in the meeting. By chance, sometimes it goes to private. Just check that it is addressed to, Anil Goswami, please write in the chat box your question. And write Q and write the chat box. And in the meanwhile, anyone wants to experience those links, Ram Sudhir from Ketan's team has posted those, face.telocity.ai. And you can yourself experience. I have done it. You will. And similarly, the other one, the Twitter one. So anyone has got any question, please? Yeah, Kishore Kanti Majumdar has a question. Preeti, are you able to see the chat box?
Yeah, I'm able to see it.
There are 3 questions already.
Yeah.
So when an organization is obsessed with one single point purpose, profit, how does it build the matrices to engage multivariate talent? Kishore Kanti ji, thank you for that question. I slightly disagree on that question, that the single point purpose is not profit, maybe for some organizations, but it's a collective thing. We may pronounce it in different ways, but it's a collective thing. And there is always an underlying aspect. You pick up any organization, they may not have people as the first aspect in their vision and everything, but you'll see it somewhere there, because we as humans are wired in that manner. So The wiring is such, automatically the decision making and everything happens in that manner. Now, suppose it is purely profit. Just hypothetically, if I were to take that opinion, if it was purely profit, then you would have a bunch of gig workers working rather than employees working, because employees purely will not work. So I went to ISB last year and I ran a session. I said, how many of you want a 1 crore annual salary? So many people raised their hands. And then I asked the question, okay, you're going to get that 1 crore salary, but you're going to be treated like shit. How many of you are interested? All hands went down. So that's my 2 notes on that.
Okay.
Anil Goswami ji has a question.
I think that you should do offline. Akhil Basrai has got a question, Preeti.
Yeah, I'm having a little difficulty in reading this, so
I will read it for you. Don't worry. No.
Yeah.
I will read it for you. I will read it for you, all the questions. Don't worry.
Thank you.
Yeah. I think Akhil Basrai has put a question. How reliable is this process? Or the link that you have given, no, that glass and then you get this meter or anything. So how reliable? So that's the question to Ketan.
It's a privilege, Akhil sir, to sit on the other side and getting a question from you. Thank you so much for asking that. So from a process perspective, look at the whole conversation that we do in our daily life. It is about eyeball movement, choice of word, tone, facial emotion, our body language. What we have done is we have pulled out eyeball movement, choice of word, tone, and facial emotion. We've not taken body language into picture. And we pulled out the theory of the big 5-factor model, which is the ocean principle. And we embedded our tech on top of the ocean principle. What has been prevalent so far, and you must have experienced, whether it is NBIT or Hogan or others, is psychometric. Now, psychometric means I will ask you a bunch of questions. Then I'll ask you the same bunch of questions in a reverse pattern. So you try to be synonymous with those answers. What we do is we ask you, it doesn't matter what question. When you talk, it doesn't matter what you're talking, because you are who you are, whether in personal life or professional life. So this combination of this cognitive, so eyeball movement moves in 9 different...
Ketan, sorry to stop you. His question is how reliable? They are reliable or not?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
They are reliable. And then,
out of the 4.5 lakh such engagements we have done with multiple employees and candidates, we have been able to deliver 85 to 90% accuracy on the results. Okay. There is a 10-15% error which the machine has, but then our clients say we live with a question mark human error. So
okay. Anil Goswami wanted to know, in the train example, what is the message you wanted to give?
See, in the train example, that's how volatile our lives are. And when the lives are volatile, we start with access. We have access to all our employees. We can reach them on email, on various forums. Connect is an option. So what happens? Engagement is an option, alignment is an option. What happens when we get busy in these multiple situations? We leave talent engagement at access level only. We don't take it to connect, engagement, and alignment. So we can't forget it. Just because we are in a problem or a situation, we can't leave talent engagement outside of the box.
Okay. Then Niranjan Behra says, why there is favoritism, partiality, talent kept aside? I think this is not a question to you. You should ask his management why they were kept. Kinshuk, the parameters are intangible. If someone is lesser in one, how to improve? Parameters are intangible. If someone is lesser in one, how to improve? If the probably he wanted to write, if the parameters are intangible parameters, if somebody has got lesser score, how do you improve?
So let's go back to the appraisal cycle or a feedback session we have with our boss or with HR. The HR or the boss starts with, these are some of your good points. And then they will, slowly skid into, these are your improvement areas. I become naked the moment those improvement areas come in front of me. It's a challenge for me to be able to assimilate that as an employee. Versus when the machine input goes, it is going in an unbiased manner. So the analytics of that is not available at an employee level to the organization. There's an encrypted code basis which they get it. So it's a non-challenging way. And as an adult, if you are conveyed something in a non-challenging way and you recognize it's a challenge or it's a limitation you have, there is high probability that you will accept it. If you accept it, 80% of the problem is solved.
Okay. The next question is Laddu falling in your hand. Mr. Bose asks, do you know any organization which uses this tool during interview for recruitment? First question. Second question, are you using NLP too?
Yeah, so we are using NLP and lots of organizations, ICICI Prudential, Genpact, Infosys, HDFC Life. There are multiple organizations. IFCO is extensively, last 3 years, IFCO appraisal process happens through the Telocity platform. So lots of organizations use it. And yes, we use NLP.
Okay. Satish, a bit longest question, but you can precise writing. Purpose drives the process and productivity. How do you integrate with a result-based management situation, especially on retaining and creating energy when people are despondently just adopting?
Yeah. So it's a longish question, but my 2 cents on that is what I said. You have to define and communicate your purpose. Once you define and communicate, then it's all about access, connect, engage, and align. Okay. It goes on and on.
Okay. Now, Devansh Kumar says in your the interview, facial expression and all, do you think a good actor can score more? Because he will play,
See, the face.telocity.ai is basically a happiness mirror. Yes, a good actor can play, but not over a 2, 3, 5 minute conversation. Once I can play, but my natural aspect is going to come, and the facial emotion is only captured in terms of what is the emotion. My eyeball, my choice of word, my tone are the key inputs for the personality report. Okay. So answer is no, but on the happiness mirror, yes, you can fake a smile.
Okay. Then Mr. Sushant says in talent management, in the process of learning, we tend to unlearn simple things. और भूल जाते हैं. If so, how do you manage to keep the individual more in I know rather than I think? So please, your opinion.
Yeah, so I think, it is very difficult to make something simple. It is more difficult to keep it simple. And the only key to it is communicate and shout out. So what we do is we do shout outs of people who display some of these small, simple aspects. And we have a 1-page culture book, only 1 page. You don't have to go visit, read. So if you're able to bring your culture book to 1 page and do shout outs, say, for example, let me talk about 3 gates of communication, which is one of our culture book aspects, which is if what you're about to say, is it the truth? You pass the first gate. Is it necessary? Pass the second gate. Then the third gate is if it is truth and necessary, be kind. Now then there will be a shout out every month of people who displayed this, where they had earned the anger, but the leader or the manager did not deliver that anger back to them, for example.
Great. I didn't know that with one trigger you will say so many things.
Over here, I think it's very important that people speak up. I think one of the problems we have is people abiding by, whatever is required to be done and whatever orders have been passed on. It's very, very important to inculcate a culture of speaking up. And so to your point, Ketan, that can be a deterrent.
Okay. Okay. No, there are no more questions. I am just, out of curiosity, I'm asking you, you have shared 2 things. One is that mirror one, the other one, the Twitter one. Is it possible to demonstrate here? Let's Mr. Bose gives his Twitter account, or Deepak Barara, or Akil Bhai, somebody gives a Twitter account. Hey, Akil, would you volunteer? We want to compare your Twitter with Obama. Is it fine?
Can we show it here, Ketan?
Yeah, absolutely.
Akil Bhai's Twitter account.
Give me a Twitter handle, just a moment. Let me.
No, I'm just trying. You want Akil Bhai's Twitter account? I'll give you. Akil, batao Twitter account.
Is my screen visible?
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
Or you take mine, no? I will volunteer. Mine is GP Rao 77. Yeah, I'll be now compared. Daud Abraham or something.
So GP, you are 82% like Bill Gates in
Okay. Thank you.
Now, if you go down, these are on the left. These are people who you are most similar to. So
Achha.
Bill Gates, Elon Musk, MS Dhoni, Senior Bachchan, Satya Nadella, Anand Mahindra.
Wonderful.
Similar.
Sorry?
I agree. I agree.
And he's very different from a Tim Cook, Warren Buffett. You know, the Mark Zuckerberg, Donald Trump, he's very different from these people.
Okay.
In terms of personality, in terms of needs in life, he's very similar to Virat Kohli in needs in life, 85% matched. On the left side, people, so Sachin, he was different on personality, for example, but very similar on needs. And if you see on the right side, he was very similar on personality to Bill Gates, but on needs, very different. Same for Elon Musk. And if I go on values, then he's like Emma Watson on values, and very similar to Anand Mahindra and the Facebook founder, but very different from some of these others.
Okay.
So you hire.
We got a very nice, wonderful. Can we also try that mirror one? Maybe one of the participants want to download. Is possible to do that?
Yeah. Anyone just, I'll stop share. Can anyone?
Yeah, I think anybody who is active video on, I'm just trying to get a person. Raghu, are you there with the video on? Raghu Nandan? No. Maybe Mr. Bose. Mr. Bose, are you?
I can. I think I have a.
Anil is trying to.
No, Mr. Bose. Mr. Bose, आप unmute करो.
Tell me.
And then एक link आपको पास भेजा है, वो link type करो. Ram, can you send a link to him, Ram Sudhir? To Mr. S.K. Bose. Just now we sent him.
You can rewrite. No, it's difficult to find out.
You can't. No, he's sending it in your WhatsApp. Okay. Are you sent to me? I'll mark it. Send to him.
Chat box.
He's in the chat box, sir. आप chat box में जाइए, आपको गया, आपका नाम से गया, private message. Ram Sudhir to everyone, वो ही ले लीजिए ना. Just now he sent Ram Sudhir to everyone. उसको click कीजिए. Is it possible it will come on the screen here, Ketan? No. It won't come. Okay. But he can see and tell us. Ketan, you are muted.
Yeah, Mr. Bose, mute your video on Zoom first.
अभी यहाँ पे mute कर दीजिए.
यहाँ video mute कर दीजिए.
Audio on कीजिएगा. Or should we try someone else?
अनिल गोस्वामी करो.
मैं करूँ?
एक मिनट वो मना कर देंगे तो दो जगह नहीं होगा ना. Mr. Bose, can you mute your audio video?
Mute the video first, please.
He's not able to do.
Bottom left. Stop video.
एकदम नीचे left hand side bottom. Mute है, stop video है. No, he's not able to do. Okay, I think shall we try with Akhil bhai then?
No, it's a.
हाँ कर दीजिए. Now audio on रखिए, instruction सुनिएगा. Ketan, give them.
So go on face.telocity.ai. face.telocity.ai. वो link आपको pasted होगा वहाँ पे side में, आप देखिए.
Right, man.
एक बार और.
Mr. Bose is doing now. Mr. Bose
others
is
can
doing
also
now.
do it. No, others also can do.
Link open हो गया मेरा.
हाँ कर दीजिए.
Desktop पे है.
हाँ डेस्कटॉप पे लिंक ओपन हो गया. अभी केतन का इंस्ट्रक्शन सुनिए.
Got it का बटन होएगा. Got it का बटन, उस पे क्लिक कीजिए प्लीज.
Just a minute.
Got it.
Yes, I'll click
अब
there.
आपका फेस नजर आ रहा है उस स्क्रीन में?
हाँ, आ रहा है.
अब आप अपना स्क्रीन शेयर कीजिए प्लीज.
Just a minute.
स्क्रीन शेयर के लिए उनको को होस्ट बनाना पड़ेगा. आलोक,
Doing, sir.
उनको को होस्ट बना दो. एसके बोस. केतन उनको स्क्रीन शेयर बता देना.
Mr. Bose is already a co-host.
ओके, वंडरफुल. मैं उनको बताना पड़ेगा शेयर स्क्रीन बटन कहाँ पे.
मिडिल में है शेयर स्क्रीन का बटन, चैट के बगल में. आप नीचे देखेंगे एकदम मिडिल में है.
Just a minute.
ग्रीन कलर का बटन है सर, ग्रीन कलर का.
हाँ, share screen. I'll do that.
हाँ सर.
शेयर स्क्रीन के बाद आपका जो टॉप लेफ्ट वाला स्क्रीन है वो आप क्लिक कर.
आ गया. अभी देखिए, आप थोड़ा हंसो. हमको अरे आपको लॉटरी. अरे वो सब लॉटरी, वो सब अब लॉटरी है. अब निकला सुना है.
नहीं, there is a frame which is moving.
हाँ, नहीं, हम इधर देख रहे हैं आपको. आपका स्कोर आ रहा है. It's showing that you are 53 years old. You are showing that you are a male. We are seeing all these things. तो आप थोड़ा खुश हो के बोलो, महापात्र साहब विदेश जा रहे हैं कि 3 महीना तक आपको संभालना है पूरा. वो इफ्टीडो काम में जा रहे हैं. देखिए आप हंस रहे हैं. So I mean, this shows. केतन, you explain ना?
Yeah. So
अभी आपका देखिए यहाँ पे लिखा करंट इमोशन न्यूट्रल था. जब आप हंस रहे थे वहाँ हैप्पी था वो. आप अभी पहले वो हंस रहे थे ना, तब उसको हैप्पी आया था. अभी न्यूट्रल दिखा रहा है.
तो बोस सर पहले एक बार हंसिए, गुस्सा कीजिए, दुखी होइए, सब होइए, सारा.
नहीं, वो गुस्सा हो ही नहीं सकता.
नहीं मेरा.
नहीं, हैप्पी हो गया. हैप्पी देख लिया हमने.
So if
हैप्पी
you
देखा, न्यूट्रल देखा.
No, you just explain the parameters.
करंट इमोशन आ रहा है, एज जेंडर आ रहा है, फेस कॉन्फिडेंस आ रहा है, आईबॉल कोऑर्डिनेट आ रहा है. इमेजिन कीजिए हर एम्प्लॉय को ये हर रोज सुबह एक बार ही आए एंड वो अपना इमोशन इसके ऊपर शेयर करे. तो उससे क्या, इफ द पर्सन स्टार्ट्स विद अ स्माइल, द डे गोज विद अ स्माइल.
और सब चश्मा उतार दीजिए जरा. चश्मा उतार के देखिए, बेटर आएगा.
नहीं, मैं एक चीज पूछना चाहता हूँ. केतन साहब, मैं पूछना चाहता हूँ. Suppose I am taking an interview for the candidate. So candidate is lying or not, whether I can know.
Sir, I can tell you that you are lying or not, but जब आप कैंडिडेट के फॉर्म में ये करते हैं ना, तो ये फेशियल ग्रिड नहीं आता, लेकिन इनविजिबल होता है ये ग्रिड.
This is for use for engagement. You can use that video interview for candidate interview.
Now tell me that one customer moves from the petrol pump, moving out. I want to use this technology, and after the filling in his car, whether he is happy or not with the services, can I use this?
That can be done.
Yes, you can use it.
In fact, Western countries में करते हो.
Okay, they are doing.
They are doing.
तो ये चेंज हो रहा है. मैंने
हाँ, आपका अभी न्यूट्रल हो गया. अभी आपके न्यूट्रल लग रहा है. पहले आप मुकेश जैन का नाम सुन के हंस रहे थे, तब हैप्पी देख रहे थे. चलो केतन, दिस इज डन. थैंक यू सो मच.
Try for any other, we'll see.
वो
other information you give.
I believe Akil bhai is ready.
चलो आईपीएल करते. चलिए. थैंक यू सर. थैंक यू. अखिल शेयर करो.
I'm on an iPad. I'm on an iPad now.
iPad से शायद शेयर स्क्रीन होगा कि नहीं पता नहीं.
नहीं होगा, छोड़ दीजिए.
चलो ठीक है. But anyway, we got a hint of it. Is there any more questions in the chat box? No more. So what I will request is, I will request Akil bhai. Akil bhai,
yes, sir.
just give your overall observations on this learning session. Then Deepak Barara, you are there. Deepak. Okay. Akil bhai, आप observation दे देना. Then NK Gupta जी, आप vote of thanks दे देंगे. NK.
Yeah, I think first of all, some of these things are very new to many of us in profession. So we look at it a little skeptically. Will it work? Is it contextually relevant to our situation or not? Or is it too much of a hype done without any substance? But I think those doubts are not very fair, because at the end of the day, this is how technology will move. And as we start using it and as we start relying on it and depending on it, our confidence level will increase. I think I must compliment Mukesh bhai, you, GP Garu, and everybody else in ISTD for bringing this to the general professional level. Today, many professionals on the call would not have even have seen such a process available. Forget using it. So I think it's a very good awareness. And as we go forward, AI, ML, etc. is going to be very common in our day-to-day life. But how common is it going to be is not even envisaged by us. So my observation is that this is a good education. It's a good awareness. We may not use it immediately, but at least we know it's there. And once we know it's there, one day we will say, why don't we start using it? So, GP Garu, my view is that this is actually a good new area to go into. It increases our curiosity, and that is the first step for knowledge is when the curiosity is aroused. So that's all my view, GP Garu sir, in case you have
Thank
some
you.
other...
No, it's fine. Thank you, sir. Mr. Gupta, NK Gupta? Mr. NK Gupta, are you there?
Yeah, he's there.
No, I think he's not answering.
I can see him writing something.
NK
Gupta
Gupta ji. NK Gupta?
Ji.
Please propose your vote of thanks, then we'll close the session.
I take the opportunity of proposing a vote of thanks to the organizers, Mr. Ranjan Kumar Mahapatra, to commence with, GPR, Mukesh Jain, and Mr. Ketan and Preeti also. And without the audience here, the session wouldn't have been more interesting. So I thank everyone for joining us. Thanks to the chair, thanks to Pratima ji and Arun and the people at the back of the house. Thank you so much. Shubh Ratri, good night.
So, GP Rao Garu, a lot of chapter chairman, regional vice presidents, and a lot of senior people from ISTD are here. I welcome everybody and convey our sincere gratitude and thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. And
Thank
grateful to all of you, especially Ranjan sir, GP sir, Bose sir, Mr. Ketan and Preeti ji for sparing your time and giving such a wonderful session to all our ISTDians and friends. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Alok, stop recording.
Wonderful session, sir.